Okay, so what is up, ladies and gentlemen? Halo Infinite gameplay. You know, I had to react to it. I've literally just seen it, so this is actually more my thoughts and impressions. Because I've got some concerns, but mostly what I've got to say is positive, because this gameplay looked gosh damn good. My internet's actually down today, so my PC is currently using my 4G hotspot, which is great. But that's not stopping me seeing this crispy gameplay. So the first thing I wanted to mention, also I'm also covering Fable in this video, and then there'll be a separate video for the total Xbox showcase. I won't cover all of the games in that second video, but I'll cover basically my highlights. So firstly, also no audio, because I don't want to, go watch it. If you haven't seen the gameplay yet, watch my video and then go watch the gameplay. 100% worth it, because I think this game looks promising. It looks really promising. It definitely looks a lot better than 5, and you know what? It looks a hell of a lot better than 4 as well. It looks like a mix between a return to form with Halo, as well as a little bit of an innovation. I definitely think it's reflecting kind of the modern shooters. But when I say modern shooters, I'm kind of talking about the best ones, like Doom Eternal. I do say that because, as you can see from Master Chief on his, that's his left arm, he's got a grapple hook, which is wild. Like, that, in my mind, that doesn't really suit Master Chief. Nothing wrong with it. Like, it looks like it'll be good in gameplay. But that is probably my main concern. But as we see now, the gameplay is about to start. So I think first things worth noting is the art style. I think has gone back to Halo looking. In fact, it almost gives me a bit of a Halo Reach vibe, versus Halo 4 and 5, which just went a little bit too realism heavy. Don't get me wrong, realistic graphics, they have a place, but Halo doesn't need it. Halo needs its own art style, its own kind of vibe, and I think this is kind of, it looks like it. It looks like Halo again. They do show driving, and they do show, obviously, combat. One thing that I really want to mention is the fact that, as they're about to show, now they didn't completely confirm this, but the game looks like it's free roam. Now, it says view missions. I don't know if that means it's a proper free roam where you have kind of main quests, like main missions and side missions, or if it's a normal campaign, but just some of the missions have a free roam segment to them, where you can kind of tackle them in different ways. A bit like almost like a Dishonored style game. I don't know. They didn't really say. They've kind of kept it a little bit vague. They did say they're going to be showing multiplayer gameplay later this year. This game comes out in autumn, or fall if you're an American. So that's super cool. And just looking at this, it's like, you know, even like everything just looks Halo-y. I don't know what this gun is. There's a bunch of new guns, which is perfectly fine. I'm, more than happy for new weapons in a Halo game. But yeah, this looks fucking cool. Like, I'm so hyped for this. Also, worth mentioning, I'm going to mention this in the other video, all of these are coming to PC. Every video game in this showcase is coming to Windows PC. So if you have Game Pass Ultimate for PC, or Game Pass for PC, yeah, if you have Game Pass for PC or Game Pass Ultimate, you get all of these games at launch for no additional cost. So, and you get xCloud 2 with Game Pass Ultimate, so you can stream it to like your phone, to your laptop, over internet. And xCloud, from people who have beta tested it, it sounds like it's quite good. It sounds like it's a hell of a lot better than Stadia, and it sounds like it's going to be up there with like the Nvidia streaming service, which, if you didn't know, is how a lot of journalists and kind of YouTubers got to play Cyberpunk. at home, I think is where they played it, which is pretty cool. So yeah, obviously they're showing off different weapons here. It's all the classic enemies, the grunts, the jackals, the elites, the brutes. Some classic weapons returning as well. I mean, this is called the Ravager, which I think is a new gun. Yeah, it's got like the classic brute kind of bayonet underneath, which is cool. Which I think, was it the Spiker, which was like the brute's version of the Needler? Can't remember. I remember the Mangler, the brute pistol. Glad to see that returning. Here's the grapple hook. So yeah, that's my one little concern. There is running and there is sliding. The running doesn't look super like fast paced. I don't know how to explain it. It doesn't look like running is like the main thing you're going to be doing. It looks like you can kind of run up towards the enemies and then it's combat again and it's moving via walking. I heard a lot of people were saying just get rid of running. I think it's in Halo now. I think there's no taking that away. What I have noticed though from this gameplay is, and I wasn't sure, I was wondering if I just hadn't seen it, but there is no aiming at the moment. I hope that aiming is gone. Apart from like sniper rifles, of course. Aiming just kind of ruined Halo for me. It didn't feel right. You know, it's like if you play Destiny, there is aiming, and aiming's obviously important in Destiny, but it's not the kind of primary focus. You know, you can still very, very easily hip fire with most guns in Destiny. But in Halo, when they added in aiming, it was just pointless. It didn't give you any advantage whatsoever. So yeah, now they're just showing pretty much the other trailer, as well as some long dialogue, pretty much. In keeping with tradition of doing it like a streamer, even though I'm on YouTube, we are now going to skip ahead throughout the whole of the live stream to talk about something else, which is... Oh, wait, was there a bit of a post-show? Did I miss a post-show? Hold on. Oh, no. Here we go. So as I mentioned, I've already said that Fable's back. So just to mention, with Halo, I've played every single Halo to date. Just while I let this trailer load up a little bit. I have played every Halo, including those shitty top-down ones. I've played the RTSs, Halo Wars, and Halo Wars 2. I've played Halo Reach, all the way till Halo 5 Guardians. What I mean by that is Halo Reach, Halo 1, in chronological order, of course. I've played them in release order as well, from Halo 3, and then I went back and played Halo 1 and 2. Now on to Fable. So Fable... I'm so glad Fable's returning. This is just a teaser trailer, unfortunately, but it's Playground Games doing it. Now, if you didn't know, Lionhead years ago got shut down while it was making, I think it was Fable Legends. No one cared about Fable Legends, and that was really unfortunate because it was actually a pretty good game. I played the beta, but the whole project got shut down along with Lionhead. Now, of course, as I've said this is Fable. This isn't Fable 4. This is a reboot, from what we can tell. But it has something, and I'm glad to see it that it's come back. British humour. As you can see from that frog eating that fairy. A big part of Fable, for me, and I'm going to pause it off here, so we have the nice Fable logo. A big thing, for me, with Fable, was that British charm and humour that it had. If you don't know, Playground Games, who make the Forza Horizon games, they're in Britain. So Lionhead was obviously British. They could have given this to Rare, but I think Rare's probably making a lot of stuff in behind the scenes. Obviously, they're doing Sea of Thieves content, as well as they've also got, I think it's Everwild, which looks pretty interesting. And I think, Playground, they've been growing that team for ages now. It's no surprise that they would split the team into two sections and have one working on Fable and one working on Forza Horizon. So that's super cool. I'm gonna, I think I might as well just end this video here, really. Otherwise, I'm just gonna get into like this long wish list. I think for Fable, what I want to see is a more open free roam, not like little free roam zones. I want full on free roam. I want it to be more of an RPG. That doesn't mean I want skills. I don't necessarily want a stupid skill tree. But if you didn't play like Fable 3 is a really good example. Even though yes, Fable 3 was not as good as Fable 2, it did do some things right. You used to, as you were playing the game, you would like level up your weapons, and depending on the decisions you made, your weapons could like change. I want more depth in kind of systems like that. If you go evil, I really want your weapons to not only show that, but to get like, flame abilities, and maybe if you're a good person, they get holy abilities and stuff like that. I still want it to be sword, guns and magic. I actually loved the combat in Fable 3. I'm not saying it should be Fable 3 combat. Ideally, it needs to be modern combat. It needs to be updated. I'm not saying it has to be like The Witcher. It can still be kind of a bit floaty and, it kind of in that regard. But 100%, we need to see, an upgrade into the combat. But I still want to see kind of the sword, guns and magic mechanic. I also really like the ability to have 2 different spells in 2 different hands and merge them together. That was cool from Fable 3. And of course, decisions. You have to be able to make those good and bad decisions that affect your character and that affect the world. That's the biggest thing that we need to continue to see from Fable. Otherwise, I'm happy that it's a reboot. Albion needed rebooting so badly. I think Fable 4 just wouldn't have worked. Also, there was a massive time jump in between Fable 1, 2 and 3. So if they did a Fable whereby Fable 2 and 3 of the new reboot series are kind of closer together in timeline, I think I would quite like that. So we can have maybe a bit more of a coherent story over the years. Thinking about future titles of this game that's not even come out yet. I don't think they gave the release date either. No. So I'm going to end it off here then with a Master Chief's glove coming out of whatever the fuck that's coming out of. I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next time. I am so hyped for Halo and Fable. That's why I've made this separate video. I think it's going to be incredible. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. Enjoy your weekend. I think that's coming up soon, and I will see you guys soon.